Now here in the left hand section, here in the media pool, you will find all of the files and videos which you have imported from your PC to the Resolve. Now the two easiest way to import files from your PC to Resolve is, the first is just go to the media section and then search here and then find the folder where you have saved all the files, and then select the files and drag it here into the master pool. And the second is just go to the folder where you have saved all the files and then select the files and then drag it here into the Resolve and here into the master pool. Now a window will pop up and it is asking us the clip have different frame rates than the current project setting. Now if you want to change the frame rates of all of these clips so it can match to the project setting, click on change, and if you don't want, click on don't change. I will click on change. Now here you can increase and decrease the icon size of your videos. You can also arrange it in different order, and you can arrange it in list view or icon view. If you are working on a large file, you can search here about the videos and then use that clip in your project. After that, in this side you will see two windows. The first window is source window and the second window is timeline preview. Now source window is very important and useful feature of Resolve. You can easily cut in and cut out different clips and use that clips here in your project. Now for example, if I want to load this clip into the source window, I will double click on this clip and you can see it's already loaded here into the source window. Now I use JKL keys to move it backward, forward and to stop it. J is to move it backward and L is to move it forward and K is to stop it. You can also use arrow keys to move it frame by frame like this. So I will click on L and it will move it forward. Now I want to cut this video from here, so I will click on I. I stand for cut in. Now again, if I want to move it forward, I will click on L. Now I want to cut out this clip to this point, so I will click on O. O stand for cut out. Now it cut in and cut out this clip for us. Now in order to move this clip from here to the timeline, I will just drag this clip here to the timeline, and you can see Resolve automatically created a video track for us. This video does not have audio, so it only created a video track for us. Now for example, if you are working on this clip have audio. I will double click on this clip and it will load it here in our source window. Now one thing, if I see the waveform of audio of this clip, it will be easy for me to cut out this image. So I will click on these three dots and I will click on show full audio clip waveform, and you can see it show full audio waveform. So if I want to cut this image from here, I will click on I and I will cut it to this extent. I will click on O. Now it cut in and cut out this clip for us. Now if I drag this clip here, you can see it also created the audio track for us. Okay, I will leave it here. Now for example, if you don't want to see this source window here and you want more real estate space for your timeline preview, you can click on this icon and it will disable the source window, and you can also minimize the media pool so you have more real estate space for your timeline window, and you can also adjust it in different order according to your own taste. You can decrease your timeline window and increase your timeline, and you can increase your timeline preview or stuff like that. You can arrange it according to your own stuff. You can also click on effect library, and if you want to minimize it, just double click on it. In this video, we will look at the insert, overwrite and replace function of DaVinci Resolve. Now there is much more option than these three. If I drag any of the clip, I will select this one. If I drag any of the clip to my timeline preview, you will see more options. The first option is insert, then overwrite, then replace, and then fit to fill, then place on top, append at end, and ripple override. We will walk through each of these options step by step. The first one is insert. What it will do is it will insert the clip where my pointer head is. For example, if I insert this clip, you will see it will insert the clip where my pointer head was. You can see my pointer head was at this position, so it's insert my clip from here. I will decrease its size a little bit so it fit into the screen. Now for example, if I want to insert a clip between here, okay, I will select any of the clip and I will click on insert. You can see it just insert this clip between this clip. Okay, after that the next option you will see is overwrite. Now if I overwrite this clip, you will notice that it is similar to insert, but the only difference is instead of just moving all of these clips forward and insert itself here, it just overwrite this clip. You can see that it just cut this clip in half and overwrite. This clip does not have music, so music not override it. Okay, after that I will okay, after that the next option you will see is replace. Now you will also notice that it is similar to override and insert, but there is little bit difference here. Now if we look at the length of the clip, you will see the length of this clip is longer than this one. This is because it just replaces a single clip. For example, if the clip length was longer, it will also cover this area here. Now the clip length was that much, so it just end here and cut the clip here. Okay, after that the next option you will see is fit to fill. Now it is also similar to replace. The only difference is instead of cutting any of the clip, if I move this clip here, again you will see the length is much longer than this one. Instead of just cutting the clip, it just change the speed of the clip. If we look at the real-time controls, you will see this clip is 267% increase in speed. And now if the clip was shorter, it is longer, it will decrease the speed. Okay, now the next one is place on top. Now it is very self-explanatory. It will just place this clip on the top of other clip like this one. You can see if you want this feature you can use it. 1 minute I will, yeah, you can see now it just put this clip at the top of the other clip. You can add as much clip as you want. For example, if I want to add another clip on top of this clip, I can. You can see like this one. It will also add audio in lower section. After that the next option is also very similar and self-explanatory. Append at end. It will append this clip at the end of our timeline. You will see this one, and this is most used tool here. Okay, you will use it very much. After that the next option you will see is ripple override. Now this is also very similar to override, but the big difference is that instead of just overriding things, it will move all of these clip, and if there's empty space between any of the clip, it will just remove that space. For example, if I select any shorter clip, for example I'll select this one or maybe this one. Okay, now if I override this clip, you will see this clip is much shortened and any empty space is being deleted automatically. You can use any of these tools according to your own need and at a specific time. In this video we will look at the trim edit mode, dynamic trim mode and the edit blade mode. Now the first icon you will see is the selection mode. Now what selection mode do is I can select any of the clip. I can move my clip to other track. I can move it at the end of the video, or I can move it wherever I want. Now some other feature of selection mode is, now if I move my cursor at the end of any clip, I can decrease its duration from this side. You can see now if I leave, you can see it leave an empty space here and deleted all other clip portion. Okay, I can also decrease it from this side. I will move it here again. Now if I move my cursor at the center of two clips like this, you can see its icon again change. Now what that means is now I can append one end of the clip and decrease the another end, and vice versa. If I move in this side, you can see the second clip decreases and the first clip increases. And now if I move in this side, the first clip decreases and the second clip increases, and vice versa. I can do stuff like that. I can also select all of these clips and do the same. You can see. Now what if I select the trim edit mode? You can see its cursor again change. You can see now if I select this clip from this end and I decrease it, you can see the clip decrease. But one thing you will notice is that other two clips also move with this clip. It is like these both clips glued with this clip. You can see it will not leave any empty space here. And if I do put my cursor at the middle of the two clips, you can see it will work similar to the previous one. Now that's the good feature of trim edit mode. Now one thing you will notice is if I put my cursor at the center of any clip, at the upper center of any clip, you can see its cursor again change. Now what it do is if I move my clips, it will change the clip material, but it will leave the duration and time similar to the which I have set the at the start of the clip. You can see if I select this clip, you can see I can change the material of the clip, but the duration and the time will remain similar. Now I want to start this clip when the aeroplane take off like this, okay, and I want to end this clip when the water rise up here. You can see now if I play this clip, it look really cool. You can see. I can also edit this clip as well. I will decrease its size a little bit. Now that's fine. Now if I move my cursor, now one more thing you will notice is you will see 4 screen at the screen. Now this screen show the first clip, and the this screen show the starting point of the clip which I have selected, and this screen show the ending point of the clip which I have selected, and this screen is the last clip. Okay, I can move it in any direction like this, and I can change its material in any order. Now what if I selected the dynamic edit mode? Now what I can do with dynamic edit mode, I can do similar stuff like I can increase and decrease certain clip, I can remove certain clip, but in dynamic edit mode we use JKL keys. J is to move it backward, and L is to move it forward, and K is to stop it. For example, if I want to move it backward, I will click on J, and if I want to move it forward, I will click on L. You can see, and I will stop it here. And I can also use the arrow keys like this. Okay, after that in dynamic edit mode you will see 2 options. The first is slip and slide. Now slide is similar to the trim edit mode, where I click here. For example, if I select the slide, you can see, and now if I click on L, it will change the material, but the clip will remain at the same point and the duration will be similar. And if I select this slide, now if I click on L, you can see the clip move from one point to another point. After that, the last option is blade edit mode. Now what blade edit mode do, it is similar to the slice tool. I can cut different clips. For example, if I want to cut this clip in half, I can easily do that using blade tool. I will just click here, and you can see it cut this clip in half. I can also put my cursor here, and now you can see the blade attached to this cursor. Okay, now if I click, it will cut the area where cursor is at. Okay, now sometime we want to edit the video of any clip and does not want to affect the audio of that clip. For example, if I want to separate it, both of these clips. Now if I edit this clip right now, for example, I cut it in half, the video, and I do not want to cut audio, you will see that if I cut video, it will also cut audio also, and it will make them two separate clips. Now what I want is, I just want to cut the video and does not affect any audio clip. Okay, what I will do is I will click on this linked selection. Now if I disable this, you will see now my audio and video are both separate files. You will see both are separate clips. Okay, now again, now if I cut this clip in half, you will see that it will not affect audio. You can see audio is still one clip. Okay, now one thing you will again see is whenever I move any clip close to another, it snaps into it. Now if you want to disable this feature, just click on this icon. It will turn off this feature. Now if you move track close to any track, it will not snap into it. Okay, if you want this kind of feature, you can just click on this and disable it. Again, I will click it and enable it, and this one also. Okay, now next option you will see is position lock. If I click on this and enable this, you will see that I cannot be able to move any of the clip, but still I can do editing stuff here. For example, I can change the clip duration and stuff like that. I can do all kind of editing, but I am not able to move any of the clip. Also, I am not able to add any clip to the track. For example, if I want to add this clip, I will be not able. If I again disable this option, now if I add clip, I can easily add any of the clip. Okay, now for example, if I have many tracks here, okay, and I have done a lot of editing on this track, I am working, just assume that I am working on a large project and I have done lot of editing on this track. So what I will do is I will lock this track. Now I cannot be able to edit anything in this track, and this track will be locked. Okay, so you will be not able to accidentally edit anything in this track, and you can focus on other track. When you have done working on this track, you can also turn off this track also. Okay, and you can renable it easily. Just click on the lock icon and it will be renable again. Okay, you will find all these options here. Also, you can mute your audio, you can lock your audio, you can do all kind of stuff here. Okay, after that, if I want to add any special effect to this video later, what I will do is I will add a marker here. You can see it add a marker here also. Okay, now I can edit my marker here. For example, I can change the name. I will change it to special effect. Okay, I can also add a short note here. I can write something for myself and it will remind me when I am playing the video, like this here. You can see I will write something. I have to add visual effect here. Okay, now again I can also add keywords and change the colors. For example, I can choose any color. I will change it to red and I will click on done. You can see whenever I was going through this video, at that point a marker will show up and it will tell us I have to add visual effect here. Okay, I can remove any marker easily. Just click on the marker and click on delete key. And the next option is flags. It is also very similar to marker, but it adds to hold the clip. Okay, now these are the some feature, small and cool feature which you can use while editing your video, and this feature will be very useful to you whenever you are working on a large project. In this video, we will look at some of option of timeline options. Now here the first option, if I click on it, it will fit all of the tracks into my screen. You can see full extend zoom. It will fit all of the tracks in my screen. Now after that, the second one is zoom detail zoom. If I click on this, you will see it will zoom where my pointer head is. After that, the third one is custom. Now I can zoom in and zoom out according to my own taste. You can see like this. After that, if you come to this corner, you will see this option and it says timeline view option. If I click on it, you will see couple of options here. The first option you will see is stack timeline. If I click on this, it will turn off my timeline options. I will enable it. And the second option is subtitle tracks. If I turn off this, it will remove subtitle of all of the tracks. And the third option is audio waveform. If I remove this, you will see that my audio waveform is disabled. I will enable it. After that, you will see video view option. Now there are a couple of options in which you can view your video in your timeline. The first option is fill. Now if I click on this, it will show lots of thumbnail here. Now if your computer is not powerful, I will recommend you to not use that option. The second one is thumbnail. It will just show thumbnail at the start and end of your video. And the third one is plain. It is just the list view of all of your tracks. If you are working on large product, you can also change it to list view or plain. After that, you will see audio wave option. Now the first option, you will see a non-rectified waveform. Okay, I will first turn off this. Okay, it will just show non-rectified waveform. After that, the second option is full waveform. It will show full waveform of your audio track. And the third option is waveform border. Okay, after that, you can also increase and decrease the height of your tracks. You can increase the height of video tracks and audio also. For example, if you want to increase the height of your video tracks, just you can do it like this. Okay, you can also increase the height of your audio tracks. Okay, and also you can also increase the height of your video or audio tracks individually. For example, if I want to increase the height of only this track, not this one, I can easily do that like this. Okay, you can also increase audio track height also like this. Now you can also create a couple of timeline in a single DaVinci Resolve project. For example, if I click on this plus icon, it will open another timeline for me. Now I can edit some clips here and edit the other clip here. Okay, I can also add clips to this timeline also. Okay, now this is very important and organized way to edit your clips. Now how we can transform our clip in DaVinci Resolve. In this video, we will look at how to transform our clip in DaVinci Resolve. Now you will find this transform option if you click here. Here you will find couple of options like transform, crop, dynamic zoom, open FX overlay and annotations. We will look at each of these options step by step. The first option here you will see is transform. If I click on this, transform option will be activated. Now I can make my clip smaller or bigger. I can make it wider or narrower, or I can make it taller or shorter. Okay. Now if I want to move my clip from one place to other, I can easily do that. Just make it smaller and then move it wherever you want. I can also rotate my clip in 360 angle. Okay. Now you will find more option of transform if you click here in the inspector. Now here you can zoom in and zoom out numerically. For example, put any value here and it will zoom in and zoom out numerically. And if you lock this, it will zoom in and zoom out and maintain your aspect ratio. Okay, like this. It will not change the aspect ratio. And if you unlock this, now you can see it is making it wider or taller. Okay. I can also move my position here. This is for x-axis and this is for y-axis. After that, I can also rotate angle like this. You can see I can rotate it in 90 angle. I can also change the anchor points position. Okay, and I can also change the pitch of it like this. If you want this kind of effect, you can easily do this in transform panel, and I can also change the yaw of it. You can see. And if you want to flip your clip, you can flip it easily. You can flip it up and down or from one side to another side. After that, here you can reset your setting for one clip like this. You can see. And if you want to reset all of these, you can do it by just clicking on this universal reset. You can see it just reset my clip like what was it before. After that, you can also use this anchor points and make a really cool animation of it. For example, I will add an anchor point here. Now if I zoom in, okay, and now I will move my pointer head to this place. I will add another anchor point and I will zoom out again. Now if I play the video, you can see it will create a really cool animation. You can see, if you want this kind of effect, you can easily do this kind of effect in transform panel. You can add anchor point for position, zoom, or all of these stuff here. Okay, for example, if I add an anchor point of pitch here, and now I change the pitch, I will add another anchor point here. Now if I play the video, you can see. Now this is all about transform panel. In this video, we will look at the crop function of DaVinci Resolve. Now first I'll click on this icon and then go to crop. Now here the crop function is activated. Now I can easily crop from any side. For example, if I want to crop this area, I can easily crop, and I can also crop from side. You can see like this. Now one more thing which you have keep in mind is that whenever you are moving the box, you are just moving the crop box. It will not copy this area. So for example, if you move this, it will crop this area, not this one. So in order to solve that problem, just go to the transform panel. Once you have selected your crop, now you can move this area also with yourself. Okay, I will change it to crop again. Now if I go to inspector panel, here you will find some options. First I will reset all. You can crop using numerical keys or the scroll icon. It will make it much easier for you to crop. For example, if I want to crop this, I can easily crop from left. I can also crop from right. I can crop from top and also bottom. Now the last one is softness. Now you can make your clip soft using this softness key. It's very similar to Vignette, but it is little bit light version. You can see you can easily soften the edges of your clip. Now for example, if we want to add an animation to this crop, we can easily do that. We will just add an anchor point here. Okay, then I will change the position and I will crop it from left, right, top and bottom, and I will also add a little bit softness. Now again I will add this anchor point here. So I play this video now. Again, if I want to add another anchor point here, I can easily do that. I will again move all the position to 0. You can see now if I play the video, get a really cool animation. You can easily create lots of animation using crop tool. Thank you. In this video, we will look at the dynamic zoom of DaVinci Resolve. So first I'll click here and then go to the dynamic zoom. Now here you will see two boxes. The first one is red and the second one is green. Now the green box indicate where your zoom effect will be starting, and red box is where the zoom effect will be ending. Now for example, if I make this green box smaller, our zoom effect will start from this area. Okay, I will select the red one. Okay, now if I make it a little bit smaller, like this, I will put it here. Now if I play this clip, our zoom effect will be start from here and then ends at this red screen, like this. You can see. Now again, if I move my this green screen at this position, our zoom effect will start from here and it will ends at the full screen. Okay, like this. It starts from this corner and then it zoom out completely. Okay, now if I go to the inspector and dynamic zoom, here I will find dynamic ease, and if I click here I will find 4 options. The first option is linear. What it means is it will zoom out at the same speed, like this. Here you can see it is zooming out at the same speed. The second option is ease in. It will zoom out slow and then steadily it will fasten the zoom effect, like this. You can see it zoom out slowly and then at the end it speed up the zoom effect. And if I select zoom out, it will start zooming out fast and then at the end it will become slow. You can see like this. And the last one is zoom in and out, which you can already guess. It will zoom out little bit slow, then it will become fast, then again it will become slow, like this. You can see. Now this is all the 4 options of dynamic zoom square. The last option here you will see is swap. It will swap this green box with the red box, like this. Now it will start out from here and then ends at here, like this. In this video we will talk about the annotations. So now if I click here and then at the end I will find annotations. If I activate this, you will find bunch of options here. Now what annotations means? Now annotation is very similar to flags. It will give us as a reminder that I have to change something here. For example, if I want to change this plain color from yellow to green, I can easily add a reminder from myself. I will just add an annotation and then I will draw around this plane, like this. You can see. Now whenever I am going through this clip, it will add a reminder for me that I have to change something. I can double click on this and I can add a name and a note. For example, I will add a name of plain color and I will add a note. I have to change the plain color from yellow to green, and I will also change this to green. Now you can see whenever I am going through this clip, I will see this mark and it will say that I have to change the plain color from yellow to green. Now other option here you will see I can change the thickness of my marker. For example, I can make it more thicker, or I can make it more narrower. You can see this is much narrower, and also I can add this arrow. For example, if I need to add arrow, I can easily add the arrow, and I can also add straight line, or if I want to add box, I can also add box, like this. Okay, and I can also change the color of my drawing here. Now one more thing, it will not show in the render video. It will only give you a reminder, and this thing will not showable in the rendered video. Okay. In this video we will talk about composites. So if we go here into the inspector, into the video, the first option I will see is composite. Now in composite I will see composite mode. Now if I click here I will find lots of mode like add, color, color blur, darken, and all these options. Now you'll find all of these options in every video editor. Now they are mathematical equations, so you cannot change anything in these. they will work according to the video you have selected. Now before adding any composite effect, make sure you have a clip on top of another clip. Now if I add, you can see it create a composition for us. Now if I change it to the other one like darken, you will see it change a different effect for us. Every time you change it, it will create a different effect for us. You can see like this, it creates lots of effect for us. Now beneath it you will see opacity. You can lower the opacity of your first clip using this opacity. Okay, now here you will see this does not look really good and you will think that this is not very useful. And if this is not very useful, why you are showing us this? Now this is very important. If I deleted this clip and I add a solid color here, okay, and I will change the solid color to something like this one. Now if I add this composite effect like color and I lower the opacity, you will see we can create a lots of really cool effect using this composite. We can use different color and add a lots of cool effect using this composite. For example, I can change it to the lighten. You can see it creates a really cool winter effect. After that, if I delete it, you will find lots of composite VFX. If I go to the website called Action VFX, here you will find lots of free and paid effects, okay, which you can use in your videos. Okay, now I have downloaded one. If I move it here to our timeline, now if I change it composite mode to add, you will see we can easily create a really cool effect like this. I will make it here. I will little bit crop it so we can adjust it properly. Okay, like this. I will crop it. Now I will change it to transform. I will make it bigger and I will add it here. Now if I play the video, you can see it will create a really cool effect. You can see. Now if I change it to something like color burn, again the effect changes. I can use different effects on different video. You can see. Now make sure you test every effect so you know which effect work best on your video. In my case, the add one work really good for us. Okay, like this. You can create a lots of effect. You will find lots of effect here in the Action VFX or any other website. You will find lots of effect. Now the Action VFX, you will find lots of free effect also. So that's why I am showing Action VFX. Again, if you can also change the opacity of your upper clip, you can see it create a really cool effect like dust like effect. In this video we will talk about retime curves and retime controls. So first I will right click on my clip and then go to the retime controls. You can also use the shortcut Ctrl+R to activate retime controls. Okay, now here in retime controls, if I left click on mouse, I will see bunch of options like add speed point, change speed. I can also reset to 100%. I can also freeze the frame here or reverse this segment or add a rewind, or I can also speed ramp. Okay, after that the first option is add speed point. Now what it does is it will add speed point wherever I put my pointer head is. So okay, first I will add speed point here. Now I will add another speed point in this section. Okay, now I can change the speed or freeze these frames or whatever I want to do with this area. I can easily do that. Now whenever the arrow mark is toward this section, that means it is moving forward, and whenever it in this section, that means it is in reverse, and whenever the arrow mark is red lines like this one, then it means that these frames are freeze. Okay, now you can see this frame will be freezed all. You can see it is freezed. Okay, after that I can also reverse this area. If I click on reverse segment, it will move on reverse direction whenever I go through this section of the video. You can see. Other stuff here I can do is I can also add a rewind. For example, first I will reset this clip. I will add a speed point here and also add a speed point here. Now if I click on rewind, I can easily add a rewind. I will add a 50%. You will see that it will move in backward, then again it will move forward. I can also adjust the speed here. For example, I can speed up here like this. I will just move it in this direction. You can see the speed is increasing. Now if I play, the rewind will be much faster. You can see. Other stuff here I can do is I can change the speed of my clip. For example, if I want to change the speed, I can easily do that. You can see now the speed is 25% in this section. Now you will see little bit lag here, but once you render the video you will not see any lag. So for now I will just reset the clip again. Now here I want to add a slow motion effect where the guy take off from the ground and where he landed back on the ground. Okay, so first I will add a speed point in this section. After that I will move my pointer head and place it where I want to add another speed point in this section. Okay, I will add another speed point here. Now I will change its speed right now. Will change its speed to 25%. Now if I play the video, you will see it will look really cool and add a slow motion effect to it. You can see. Now one thing you will notice, whenever the speed is changing from the fast to slow motion, it's very harsh change. So what I will do is I will just turn on my real-time curves and I will change this to the curves and I will drag this handle and it will make it much smoother. So now if I play the clip, it will be much smoother than before. You can see the change is really smooth. After that, if we add a speed ramp here, it will start slow and then steadily it will increase to the 100%. For example, at this area the speed will be 30%, after that here it will be 50% and then 70%. Now it is not very smooth, so what I will do is I will go to the inspector panel and then go to the real time and scaling. Now here in real time process, if I change it to the frame blend, what it will do is it will add an additional frames, so it will look much smoother. You can see once the video is rendered, it will be more smoother because it is rendering and editing at the same time, that's why. In this video we will look at the change clip speed. So first I will cut this clip in half. For example, I will cut it here and I will also cut it in this section also. Now if I right click on the clip, I will go to the change clip speed. Now here I will find lots of options. Now if the first option is speed, now if I decrease its speed to 30% and then click on change, what it will do is it will change its speed and decrease it about 30%. but there's one problem. It does not increase the clip and move all of these clips forward. What it does is it just break the clips in half. So we don't want it like this. We want it full clip but want to make it slow motion this area. You can see it just break the clip in half. So what we will do is, first I'll Control Z this. What we will do is we will click on change clip speed. We will decrease it to 30% and then we will click on this ripple sequence. Now what it will do is it will change the clip duration. Now you'll see it is in slow motion. And then here you can see it does not break the clip in half, it just make this clip in slow motion. Now other option here we can do is we can reverse the speed. For example, we can reverse the speed of clip. For example, now this will be in slow motion but in reverse direction. You can see it is from this section to this section now. Other option, we can also freeze the frame here. Now all of these frame will be freezed. You can see all of this frame is freezed. Now if we click on this effect libraries, we will come across all of these effects. The first option here you will see is video transitions. Now here you will see lots of transitions which you can use in your videos. You will see cross dissolves, you will see deep to color dissolves, you will see cross iris, eye iris and oval iris. You'll find lots of transition effects here which you can use in your video. After that, the next option you will see is audio transition. Now there is 3 audio transition. The first is crossfade plus 3 dB, second is crossfade minus 3 dB and the third and last one is crossfade 0 dB. Now dB stand for decibels. We will look at all of these once we go to the audio section. After that you will see titles. Now here you can easily create some lower thirds, middle lower thirds or right lower thirds, or you can also create some animated scroll text easily. If I put this here, you will see how easy we can create this effect. You can see it is lagging little bit right now because it is rendering and editing at the same time. Once you render the video, you will not see any lag. After that you can also create some 3D fusion titles like these. You'll find lots of pre-built titles. If you don't want to use fusion, you can also use this pre-built 3D titles and use that in your clip. If I drag this one here, you can see how easy we can create these 3D titles. After that you can also generate some solid color, or you can also generate grayscales like this. You can also create this cool effect which you have seen I think in lots of video, like this effect. You can easily create these here. After that you will see open effects. Now here you will see lots of filters like box blur, Gaussian blur, lens blur. You will see lots of blurs and you will also see lots of color balancing templates. Now if you don't want to use this color panel of DaVinci Resolve, you can also use these pre-built color templates to color balance your clip. Okay. After that you will see audio effect. You will see lots of audio effect. We will looking at it once we reach to the audio options. Now here in the video transition you will see lots of transition. You will see additive dissolve, you will see blur dissolve, cross dissolve, you will see oval iris, hexagon iris, pentagon iris. You can also use these shapes, box, heart, star, triangle. You can use any of these transition in your video clips. Now you can add your transition between two clips here or at the start or end of any of the clips. Now for example, if I add this transition here at the start of this clip, what it will do will it will start from black screen and then it will transition into the video clip like this. You can see. Also you can increase or decrease your transition timing or duration. After that you can also add transition between two clips like this. You can see what it do is it just open the doors into the next clip like this. Okay, now if I click here in the inspector panel, here I will see lots of setting of these transitions. Now the duration and the frames are bound together. For example, if I move these frames, it will also affect the duration, and if I move this duration or increase or decrease the duration, it will affect the frames. For example, if I decrease the duration, you can see it also affecting the frames and vice versa. Other than that, you can also align your transition into the start of the edit or the center on edit or end on edit. If I click on start on edit, it will start my transition from the starting of the other clip, and if I change it to the end on edit, it will put my transition where my first clip is ending. Now if I play this video right now, you will not see much difference, but there are lots of duration happening there. So always put your transition at the center of your edit, and in some cases if you want to add it at the start or end, you can change it here. Other than that, you can also change your transition effect. For example, you have did lots of editing here, you can just change your transition effect here. Okay, other than that, here you will see transition specific options. For example, every transition have different options. For this one you will see present burned or vertical or burned on horizontal. You can also change it to horizontal. What it will do is it will change your transition from vertical to horizontal. You can see. Again, if you are seeing some lags, once you render the video you will not see any of the lag. Other than that, you can also change the color of your borders, or you can also add borders here. You can see. I will remove borders. You can also add feathers, or you can also choose ease in, ease out, or in and out. Now if you change it to ease in, what it will do will it will start slow and then steadily it will increase the speed, and if you change it to the ease out, it will start out fast and then it will slow down, and if you change it to ease in and out, it will start out slow and then move it fast and then again it will become slow. And you can also use this custom and change your transition curves here. Now if I move my transition effect from the burn door to this cross dissolve, I will change it here. If I change it to here to the this one cross dissolve, you will see this transition specific setting change again. Here you will see some effect like video, film, additive, subtractive, highlights, shadows. You can change it to any style. You can also change the start ratio or end ratio of your transition. You can also reverse your transition or change the transition curve, or you can also ease in and out and do all kind of stuff here. Now every transition have their specific settings, so I am not going to walk you through all of these, so make sure you looked at all of these transition effects. In this video, we will look at DaVinci Resolve pre-bid titles and use that titles in our videos. Now if we go to the title section, here I will find lots of title like lower third, middle lower third, right lower third, scroll, text, text plus. We will also find some Fusion 3D titles. Now you don't have to create these titles, they are pre-built templates, so just drag this title and edit their stuff here. You don't have to create these titles from scratch. So first we will look at simple titles. If I drag this title here, you will see it will appear in my timeline window. You can see. Now here if we go to the inspector, we'll find all of the option of title here. The first option here you will see is edit text. Now here you can edit your text, you can add whatever you want. For example, I will add something like ocean. Okay, you can write anything you want. After that, you can change the font of your title. You can select any of the font. There are lots of font here available. I will select this. Okay, after that you can also change the font face to the bold, dimmic, bold, italic, bold, italic. So I will select this bold italic. You can see. After that, you can also change the color of your title. Just click on it and here you will find lots of color option. If you know the color code of your color, just put that color code here. And you can also use this picker tool and then select any color you want. I will select this one, and now you will see our title color change to the color which we have selected. I'll click on OK. After that, you can also increase or decrease the size of your title. You can also add a keyframe here. If you want to animate this title here, you can easily do that. In next video, I will show you how to animate your titles. After that, you can also track your title or increase or decrease the spacing between the every words. You can also increase or decrease the lining. You can see. Other than that, you can also change the font style. For example, you can change it to like this or this, whatever you want. I will change it back to the normal. Okay. After that, you can also change the font case. You can change it all caps or all lowers. I will change it to all capitals. Other than that, you can also align your title. If you are writing some paragraph, you can align it here. You can also change the anchors. I will select center, and here I will select center again. You can also change the position X axis or Y axis of your title. This is for X axis. This is for Y axis. You can also zoom in and zoom out. You can also rotate your title if you want. And if you have messed too much, you can just click on this reset and it will reset your title. You can also add drop shadows or stuff like that. You can also add blur. Okay. You can easily create offset of it or add shadows to it and make it look like 3D. You can see how cool it looks right now. I will move it a little bit here. No, that's fine. After that, you can also change the opacity of your shadows. I leave it as 100%. And you can also add strokes to your title. You can see. You can also change the color of your strokes. After that, you can also use any of these title here. For example, you can use scroll. What it will do is your text will scroll up like this. You can see. You can easily create these effects here. If I select this one, here you can add your text here, and you can also change the font and do all this stuff which you can do in the text. And in the text plus, you'll find little bit more option than text. So I will recommend you to look at it yourself. Okay. Other than that, you can easily create some lower thirds or middle lower thirds or right lower thirds and do all kind of stuff like this here. After that, you can also add some pre-built 3D templates here. For example, if I move these templates here, I will first change the playback speed because it will lag too much, so that's why I want to change the playback speed. You can see how easily you can create these 3D effect. You don't need Fusion to do it. You can easily use these pre-built templates and just edit the text here. For example, just go to the inspector, and now here you will find lots of options here. Okay, you can also edit the text here. For example, if I write something like plane in ocean. Okay, now if I play this clip, you will see, you can see plane in ocean. You can change color or track your text, or you can also increase or decrease opacity, or increase or decrease the size of your text. Now if you want to add some solid color or color bar or grayscale or stuff like that to your video for testing purpose, you can easily do that here in the generators. Just drag the solid color here or whatever you want to drag, and then add it here. Now here in the inspector you can change the color. For example, I will change the color from black to this one. Okay, now here you can also increase or decrease the opacity, or zoom in or zoom out, or change the x-axis position or and y-axis position. You can also rotate and do all kind of stuff here. You can also animate your color opacity or stuff like that. For example, if I add an key point here, okay, and I will decrease the opacity here, and then I will add another key point here. Now I will again increase the opacity. You will see that how easy we can create this cool animation effect here. Okay, now other than that, you can also use this color bar. I know you have seen this in lots of videos. Again, you can do here in inspector panel lot of stuff here. For example, you can also change the composite mode or do all kind of stuff here. Other than that, you can also add grayscale like this. Okay, now here you can again also decrease or increase the opacity, or you can also change the pitch and yaw of your grayscale, or you can flip and do all kind of stuff here. You can crop it from any of the side, or you can also dynamic zoom or do stuff like that here. You can play around this and use it according to your need. So that's it for this video. In this video, we will talk about the new cut feature of DaVinci Resolve 16. So the cut feature is new feature of DaVinci Resolve, and you will not find this feature in older version. You will only find this cut tool in DaVinci Resolve 16. Now in order to use this cut tool, make sure you update it to DaVinci Resolve 16. Now this is built in order to produce your video fast. Now for example, if you are a YouTuber, or if you want to produce your video every day, you can use this cut tool in order to produce your video fast. If you produced your video here into the normal editing interface, it will be a little bit hard for you to produce fast. So they built a cut tool. Now here in this section you will see all of your media. This is the media pool of cut tool. Now if you import any video, it will show up here into the media pool. After that, here you will see your timeline preview. You will also see two other timelines preview, but we will talk about it in a minute. Now here you will see two timelines. If I drag any video to my first timeline, it will also appear in my second timeline. Now here the first timeline show the full extent of my clip, and in the second timeline is the normal timeline, which you will find in every video editor. Now for example, if I extend this clip to my timeline, you will see my first timeline will automatically adjust it and arrange it here. Okay, now for example, you will see you can move your playhead of first timeline, but you will not be able to move the playhead of your second timeline. Now in order to move this one also, just free your playhead here. Now if I try to move, you can see I can move both of my playheads. After that, here you will see your split clips. You can easily split your clip. Just click here and it will split it here. Okay, and here you will see your smart insert, append or ripple override, which I already talked about. After that, here you will see your close-up. Now for example, if I want close-up of this video, I will just click on this close-up and it will automatically create a close-up of this clip. Okay, after that you can also use place on top. For example, if I want to place any clip on top of this clip, I will just select the clip and click on place on top. You can see in the first timeline it is showing that it is placed on top of the other, and here also. Okay, now I will delete all of these clips, this one also. Now here you will see two other timelines preview. The first one is source tab. Now if I click on it, you will see all of the clips in your media pool. You can just edit your clip and then add it to your timeline. And the last one, source clip, is just full extent of the clip which I have selected. Now if I select this clip, you will see the preview of this clip, and I can add it here and then add that clip here into my timeline. Now for example, I will click here. Okay, now I want to add a clip where the plane starts showing up, so I will click on JKL. J is to move it backward, K is to stop it, and L is to move it forward. Okay, yes, so now I will click on I in order to cut in. Again I will move it, and then again I will stop it here and then click on O. You can see this is cut in and cut out for me. Just now I will just drag this here, and you will see. Now if I move to my timeline, you will see here. Okay, now for example, now if you want to edit this clip instead of this, what you will do is select any clip here. For example, if I want to edit this clip after this instead of the second one, what I will do is I will just click on this clip. Okay, I will select any of the clip and it will also show up here. Now if I want to add any clip from this point, I will just click on L to move it forward. I will click I to make a point here, and I will again click on K to stop it here and click on O to make a out point. Now I will append it at the end of this clip. Now you can easily use these tools to edit your videos. Now one more thing, if you click on tools, you will find all of the transform and crop and audio and speed tools like this here also. After that, if you have to use your full version of editing tool instead of this, you have done editing here, you can just click on it and your video will also show up here. Okay, you can use both the tool at the same time.